We have got a full slate of hardwood action in the NBA and college basketball. It's Tuesday, December 19th, 2023, and I've got three best bets for you. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living, back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. I told you guys we were due for a sweep. It's been so long since we had a sweep on the channel, like over a week. But guess what, baby? That cold December, we're starting to heat up a little bit. We went 4-0 on the channel yesterday. Let's go. We cashed on DeAndre Swift rushing attempts. No sweat bet there. We got the under in the game, and despite Jalen Hurts playing, we still cashed on that one, and you could even gotten a better value once they said that he was going to play, and they faked us out that Geno Smith news as well. We also cashed on that 6.5 point teaser. Hope you guys grabbed that one, and then that's why we took the teaser, because we saw what happened with the Eagles at the end. Man, that was a painful loss for us, but hey, it happens. And then we also cashed on the Clippers first half, no sweat bet there. So listen, 4-0 on the day. You love to see it. Year-to-date record right here, baby. Look at that year-to-date record, okay? We're still crushing it. December, we're a little bit under 500, but we still have some time. Don't worry, this weekend we've got a full slate of games for the Christmas Eve and the NBA and the NFL Christmas games. There's so many sports going on this weekend. So trust me, guys, you got to stick with me, because I promise you, by the end of the month, we should be over 500 here on the channel. So listen, stick with me. If you could drop a big like and a subscribe to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. I appreciate all the new supporters and followers that I've gotten on Twitter. I greatly appreciate all the love, my friends. I'm just trying to help you guys make some money, and I hope you guys can help me make some money. So make sure you drop a comment below with your favorite best bets of the day, so this way I can tail you as well, because I'm always looking for other winners, and I'm always looking to tail some guys. All right, my friends, let's dive into this best bet. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm going to go with like a little meme play. I'm probably going with the guy that you probably want to hear a best bet from. Not a big fan of him, but listen, I know you guys want to hear it. And Ja Morant, he's back. I know, right? And trust me, boy, do the Grizzlies need this guy, because they've been absolutely dismal this year. I don't know if he has the ability to turn over the Grizzlies enough to make them make the playoff in that competitive Western Conference, but it's good to see Ja back. I'm happy for him. Hopefully he learned his lesson, and I'm excited to see him back on the court, because we know how electrifying Ja Morant could be. I don't really have a sell job for you for Ja Morant, other than the fact that he should be rested, and I don't know how long he plays, but listen, it's going to take him some time to catch his speed, so don't go all out on Ja on the first day or two back, but take some time to ease into it. But for me, my best bet with Ja Morant is going to be over 1.5 3-pointers made, but I'm going to give you an alternate bet as well. So I'm going to give you two bets. You can count them both towards the record, but I will say the Ja Morant over 1.5 3-pointers made is my best bet. It's minus 140 odds on FanDuel. That's the cheapest I'm seeing it out there, so that's why I'm giving you guys another leg. I don't know if your book allows you to just take one 3-pointer. Mine doesn't. So if you want another leg, then take the over 4.5 rebounds as well. So I'm going to kind of give you a little sell job on both of those plays. The 4.5 rebounds is minus 113 on FanDuel. I like both of these plays, but the 3-pointers made is my actual favorite best bet when it comes down to Ja Morant. Okay, so when we look at Ja, right, he averages 1.5 3-pointers made per game last season. We've seen him go up in 3-pointers attempted and made in each of his seasons in the NBA. He's had nothing but time to work on his game and to work on his shot, so hopefully it's been even more dialed in, right? And when you look at his numbers against the Pelicans historically, he's hit 2 3-pointers in 7 of the last 8 games against the Pels. The only time he missed this was actually his last game against the Pelicans, and he still had 6 attempts. He just went 6 in that game. So we love to see that he's getting the volume against this team historically, and we love to see that he likes to shoot against them. And then when you also look at the numbers in terms of the Pelicans defense, they're the 7th worst 3-point defense against point guards this season. They're giving up over 3.5 3-pointers per game to point guards, so that fits right there for Ja Morant to be able to get this. Again, I don't know how long Ja Morant plays. I don't know if he plays 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't know if he gets enough volume here. I don't know if he has his leg under him. I don't know how much conditioning he's done, but I just think that he's going to be able to get enough shots up today. He's going to be like a dog let out of a cage, and I think he's going to be able to hit 2 3-pointers. Now, when it comes down to the rebounds, I think because he's rested, because he's eager to get back on the court, I think he's going to grab these rebounds as well. Historically, he has not been like the biggest rebounder, but last year we saw his rebound numbers go up. He's averaging 6 rebounds per game last season, and then against the Pelicans, he's been able to average 5 rebounds for his career, so we love to see that. Now, the one caveat to the rebound line is that the Pelicans are actually give up the least rebounds to point guards in the league, so we've seen that historically, that they're strong against point guards on the rebounding side, so that's one reason why I'm like, I want to kind of let you all know that. So if you can tease that down and maybe take that in a parlay, I would love that as well. But officially, we got Ja Morant over 1.5 3-pointers made at -140. But because it's super juiced on just like every book, you might want to take a look at the over 4.5 rebounds, or just try to parlay it around and play with the numbers there, right, my friend? Ja Morant is back. I'm excited for him. So I just wanted to give you guys a little meme play, or like, you know, a play that people really want to see and hear about. But I think Ja Morant is going to be able to kind of get his rhythm back. So somebody to definitely watch this year as the lines probably start adjusting to him. Would I take his points? Not necessarily, because again, you don't know how long he plays. You don't know how many his legs are underneath him. You don't know what the shots are going to look like. So I'd be a little bit hesitant on the points. I think I'm seeing about 24, 23.5 on the books. But I would look at the 3-pointers made and the rebounds when it comes down to Ja. Now let's head over to the college basketball, as I love this bet. Now this is actually like my POD of the day, all right, my friends? Love this best bet here. And we've got Memphis and Virginia, another great non-conference showdown here. And don't you just love this college basketball board on this Tuesday? I mean, we got so many awesome matchups to look at tonight, and I'm super excited. But we have two teams with literally two different play styles on the different ends of the spectrum when it comes down to style and play. Memphis is one of the fastest teams in college basketball. They're 19th in adjusted tempo and 24th in average possession length on offense. So they love to run the ball, they love to get out in transition, love to shoot the three, get layups. They just love to push that pace. But meanwhile, Virginia and Tony Bennett, they're up to their usual snail-ass pace. We're playing real slow basketball. They're ranked 361 in adjusted tempo and 304 in average possession length on offense. Keep in mind, my friends, there are only 362 D1 college basketball teams. So that lets you know they're second to last in adjusted tempo in all of college basketball. That's how slow they play. So who has the advantage here? The spread is 2.5 in favor of Memphis, and rightfully so. Memphis is at home in this game, and they're coming off some really strong quality wins. They beat Clemson at home in their last game on Saturday, and they also picked up big road wins against Texas A&M and VCU before that. So we love to see that great body of work there from Memphis. Meanwhile, Virginia, they barely escaped at home on Saturday against Northeastern. They won that game by 2, but they opened up that game as like 14, 15-point favorites in that game, and they barely got the win. So although I do lean towards Memphis here on the 2.5, I think the value is actually on the total here rather than the spread. And I know it might sound a little crazy to you guys, but I'm taking the over 130.5 in this game. I just think that this total is just a little bit too low, especially keeping in mind that this is Virginia's first true road game. If you look at their schedule, literally every game they played this year was either at home or on a neutral court. So I think that because this is their first true road game, I think that the game style actually conforms to Memphis, and Memphis, like I said, likes to play a much faster style here, and I think benefits Memphis in this matchup. Memphis has a very solid offense this year, but they've struggled when they've had to make plays in the half court. If you watch that game against VCU, we saw that when they escaped in overtime. So if they're going to win this game, and if Penny's doing his job in scouting and putting together a good game plan, then they know they're going to have to run the ball against this Virginia team before they get that patented pack line defense set up. Memphis has been able to bait teams into their style of play. We've seen this throughout the year, and that's why their games have gone over in 7 of 10 games this year. Meanwhile, Virginia, they're only 3-10 to the over this year, but when you look at their full body of work and when you dive into it deeper, they play 2 teams this year that are ranked top 50 in adjusted tempo, Syracuse and Florida. And guess what happened in both of those games? The total went over. So Virginia, what we've seen is they have a good enough offense when they need to get buckets to be able to do that. They dropped 73 against Florida, they dropped 84 against Syracuse. So what that tells me is that they can play faster, they can put up points if they want to. And today, I think that they're going to have to against this Memphis Tigers team. And for my people who also are like Ken Palm fans out there, he has this final score of this game 67-65 in favor of Memphis. That puts us at a total about 132, so right over this number as well. So all the signs are telling me that this is going to be a faster paced game. I do like Memphis in this matchup, but I'm going to go with the over 130.5 -110 as the best bet of the day. Now for my third and final best bet of the day, I just mentioned Florida, right? I just talked about how fast they play. I like them today. They play Michigan, and I expect them to beat Michigan and today and cover. So I want to take Florida on the money line because just Michigan has been a disappointing team this year. They've been up and down so far this season. We've seen Florida lose to Baylor. We've seen them lose to Wake Forest and Virginia. But meanwhile, Michigan, they've lost to Memphis, Texas Tech, Oregon, and Indiana. So both of these teams, when they're playing superior opponents, they've kind of been lackluster. They haven't really gone over their hump, but I think the difference lies on the defensive side of the ball in this matchup. Michigan is ranked 126th in defensive efficiency and ranked 279th in turnover percentage. They don't force a lot of turnovers, and guess what? That's been the Achilles heel of this Florida team. Florida's ranked 229 in turnover percentage on the offensive side, and that's probably due to how fast they play. They're ranked 16th in adjusted tempo, but they make up for it on the defensive side of the ball, ranked 54th in defensive efficiency and really protecting the rim and taking away 2-pointers without fouling. So for me, if Michigan wins this game, it's going to be because they're hitting a lot of 3-pointers, and that's where Florida has struggled this year in terms of defending the 3-point line. If Michigan can exploit that, then they should be able to win. But I don't think that they're going to be able to do that on a neutral court today. I think Florida is going to be able to get us done. But because the value in terms of Florida on the money line isn't the best, I do think they cover the 3.5 number. What I want to do is I just want to parlay that and get some nice plus chicken money here, put together a nice 2-team steam. So I'm going to take Florida on the money line, and I'm going to parlay that with Marquette on the money line. And if you do this on FanDuel, you get to plus 135 odds. Really, really good odds if you're like a ladder challenge person or you just want to double your money on this Tuesday night. And I really love Marquette in this matchup because now they travel to Providence to do their first Big East Conference game of the year, and I think this one's going to be an excellent game. Providence is one of those teams in college basketball that does have that true home court advantage. It's not easy to go into Providence and win a game. I mean, it's not a cakewalk. It's going to be tiresome. That arena is going to be rocking. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere. But for me, I think Shaka Smart's got his team ready for this moment. I think he's got them ready for this game simply because if you look at their non-conference schedule so far, this ain't their first big game. Look at their non-conference schedule and teams that they played this year. I don't even know where they rank in strength of schedule, but it's got to be up there. They played Illinois. They played UCLA. They played Kansas. They played Purdue. They played Wisconsin. They played Texas, and they played Notre Dame. All those teams Marquette has played so far this year. Providence on the other side, they played Wisconsin, K-State, Georgia, and Oklahoma. Those are the only teams in the top 100 of KenPom that Providence has played. So for me, if this wasn't a conference game, I would say that the home court advantage would mean more for Providence in this matchup. But I think just because Marquette has been so battle-tested to this point in the season, and now you get to the conference games, which really, really matter, I think Shaka Smart is going to be able to get his boys ready to play. You don't want to start off the conference slow. And then we just don't know what the first-year head coach for Providence, Kim English, we just don't know what he's going to do in big games, right? We haven't seen him in this position before. We don't see how he handles these positions, but we've seen what Shaka Smart's been able to do. The spread in this game is 4.5 in favor of Marquette. I do think they cover that line as well, but we're just going to take it simple. We're just going to go with the money line here. I think we get really good value if we go with the little bozo pack. Shout out to Rob Mux Clan for that little phrase right there, the bozo pack. We're going to go with the 2-teamer here. Florida on the money line, Marquette on the money line, plus 134 odds on FanDuel as our third and final best bet. That's it for me today, my friends. 4 best bets for you on this Tuesday slate. Ja Morant over 1.5 3-pointers. Also toss in that over 4.5 rebounds as well for him. Let's go with the over in the Memphis and Virginia game, over 130.5. And let's go with a little 2-team steam here with Florida and Marquette on the money line to wrap us up for the night. All right, my friends, 4 best bets coming your way on this Tuesday evening. I appreciate all the love and support. As always, share this video with somebody who you know likes to sports bet. We're starting to heat up in the month of December. We've had a great weekend. Hopefully we can keep that momentum going, and make sure you guys are tapping into the Twitter page and Discord channel so this way you guys can get that hardwood haymaker that I'm going to be dropping. That's my parlay, my big long shot parlay that I like to drop on full college basketball slate days. So make sure you guys tap into that. We've been so close. We've put together 4 or 5 hardwood haymakers, and we've lost each one by 1 leg. Been close, but hopefully we can win it today. So if you guys want that big long shot parlay plus 1,000 odds, make sure you guys click the link in the description. Follow me on Twitter for that one. All right, my friends, as always, dictate your fate, get to that cheddar, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, guys.